Hey, this is Jay from Heartless Knights on Darksphere server, and today I'll be going over the Freya encounter in 10-man ulduar. The Freya encounter has two phases. In phase 1, Freya casts two abilities constantly throughout the fight. Her first ability is an attack called Sunbeam. It does 5,000 to 6,000 damage to anyone within 8 yards of her main target upon casting. Her second ability is called Aener's Gift. Every 45 seconds she'll cast this, and it summons a tree which heals her and her adds for 30% after 10 seconds. Periodically throughout the fight you'll see me attacking these trees, and they simply are a small tree that glows green. It is a good idea to have at least one DPS, preferably a ranged, tasked to kill the trees before they can heal Freya and her adds. In phase 1, Freya also has two buffs. Her first buff is called Touch of Aener. This buff gives Freya 6,000 health back every second. Her second buff is called Attuned to Nature, and it increases healing done by 4% per stack. This ability stacks on Freya up to 150 and essentially makes her invincible throughout the fight. All of phase 1 is centered around removing the stacks of Attuned to Nature on Freya, so that the healing done to her does not exceed the damage of your raid. The stacks are removed by killing the adds that spawn constantly throughout phase 1. These adds come in 6 waves and spawn in 3 different groups that each happen twice during phase 1. Keep in mind, however, that no group can spawn a second time until all 3 groups have spawned at least once, and that no group can spawn twice in a row. This first group contains 3 adds. The first add is called a Snaplasher, and it's a yellow flower elemental. As the Snaplasher is attacked, it gains a stacking debuff that increases its damage, but also reduces its movement speed by 5%. For this reason, it is a good idea to have it be tanked by a high threat range class. Keep in mind that the debuff only stacks once per attack, so dots and channel spells will not stack it. The second add is called a Stormlasher, and it is a blue flower elemental with a cloud above its head that casts nature spells that can be interrupted. The third add is called an Ancient Water Spirit, and is a blue revenant that periodically surges forward, causing a knockback. We found it worked well to have the off tank on the Stormlasher, and a few DPS assigned to each add to get them down to 10%, and then AoE all the adds really hard until they die. This AoE at the end is due to the fact that all 3 adds must die within 12 seconds of each other, or the first one will resurrect. This next group consists of 10 detonating lashers. These adds have no aggro table and cause 8,000 damage to anyone within 15 yards of them when they die. We found it was best to have everybody stack up on the main tank and AoE them down to 10%. Once they reached 10%, we had everybody spread out and kill the lashers when they had enough health to take a hit. This third and final group consists of only the Ancient Conservator. The Ancient Conservator quite regularly casts a debuff called Conservator's Grip, which silences all attacks, whether melee or spells. This silence can be removed by running under the healthy mushrooms that spawn while the Ancient Conservator is up. One final thing to remember is that he casts an attack on a random raid member called Nature's Fury that deals AoE damage to anyone around them for 10 seconds, so simply move away from the group until the debuff goes away. Other than those two things, the Ancient Conservator should simply be picked up by your off tank and DPS down. Phase 2 starts when all the stacks of Attuned to Nature are gone from Freya. In Phase 2 you must continue to kill the Gifts of Aener that spawn before they are able to heal Freya, as well as avoid Nature Bombs. Nature Bombs are green glowing seeds that she throws under random raid members in a certain area that explode after 10 seconds, dealing 6,000 damage to anyone near them and cause a knockback. Other than avoiding the bombs and killing the trees, Phase 2 is a simple tank and spank. So that's it for the Freya encounter in 10-man. This strat video is a test to see what kind of response I get, so leave your comments in the comments and I'll try and respond in a timely manner if you have any questions.